Quick, how many different wild dogs do you know? Wolves, coyotes, wolves again. I recently did a video about some unknown wildcats, which, oh my gosh, thank you guys for the views and support on that. But I did some research, and I would say there's a lot more unknown wild dogs than there is cats. And so, I want to tell you about some. There's about 35 different species in the family Canidae, or canines, the dog family. Which, side note, did anyone else not know that foxes are in the dog family? I always thought they were just kind of their own separate family. I'm only saying this because I may have put some foxes on the list, and I don't want comments being like,
"Foxes are not dogs, you moron."
They're in the family. Don't yell at me. And before we start the list, I just want to say small channels like mine tend to get overlooked by the YouTube algorithm. So if you're enjoying the video, watch till the end, like, comment something. All of that tells YouTube, hey, this guy's not too bad. All right, let us begin. The bush dog is quite a strange looking one. It's weirdly round in some photos, almost like a big sausage. These guys are native to Central and South America. They're known for their bushy tails and stubby legs, which aids to this funny look. Bush dogs don't have a large amount of studies information on them, but from what we know, we believe they live close with their families of up to 12 other dogs. They also all hunt together as a pack. Now, something that might upset you guys is that one of their main prey items is the sweet and harmless capybara. Yeah, I understand, survival of the fittest, but like, come on, this is too far. So smash like for the capybara. The crab-eating fox isn't really unique looking or anything. I just wanted to put it on here because I love its name. How many times did they find this guy eating crabs where they decided to just call it the crab-eating fox? These are also native to South America and usually live alone or sometimes in pairs. Apparently they're also easily tamed and sometimes kept as pets. That's kind of a strange pet if you ask me. Maybe you got a crab infestation in your house, you need to deal with it, I don't know. But yeah, I don't got much else to say about this guy. Just a regular fox, funny name. What the fuck? This living taxidermy is the Tibetan fox. They actually do have a good reason why they look so messed up. They mainly live in China and the Tibetan Plateau. This is a pretty harsh environment, and so they have a lot of adaptations to deal with that. For one, this face shape is designed to help them hunt rodents. They often hunt these small rodents in their burrows, and that round snout in a burrow is a perfect fit. The dense fur they're covered in, which aids to that boxy look, helps keep them warm because it's pretty cold in the environment they live in. Their small ears are also to help this, as it prevents heat loss. So this look isn't weird, it's perfect for their environment, and that is extremely rude you would ever say that. What the fuck? The raccoon dog is honestly named perfectly. This genuinely looks like if you mixed a raccoon and a dog. These are also called tanukis, which is probably the name you've more commonly heard. Like the tanuki suit in Mario, or tanukis in that movie Pom Poko, which was weirdly obsessed with their balls. That was kind of a strange movie. Raccoon dogs are native to Asia, and actually not related to raccoons at all. I know, they're fakers. They're only called that because of their resemblance to raccoon in the face mask design. Something you might notice is their incredibly thick fur, which is actually double layered. This comes in really helpful to help fight against the harsh winters they have in Asia. These are also one of the few canines that enter torpor, which is sort of a lighter version of hibernation, where they're not fully out for the winter, but they have a reduced metabolism and they're not really moving around as much. They've also been introduced in other parts of the world like Europe, where they're actually invasive and sort of seen as pest. Cause a lot of harm like attacking the wildlife and carrying disease, which that is bad stuff. Invasive species is bad, I don't condone them, but come on, these guys are adorable, how can you be mad at them? The short-eared dog is incredibly similar to the bush dog we went over earlier. They look pretty similar and also live in the same regions. They're also both quite rare. Some differences are the short-eared dog are a bit more slender, they're not that thick sausage-looking thing the bush dog is, and short-eared dogs tend to be a lot more solitary, living and hunting on their own rather than in groups. Because of that, they're actually a lot more rare than the bush dog is. I found one article just calling it the ghost dog, and under a section of how to see it, it just says good luck. Short-eared dogs are pretty important to the ecosystem of South America. It's believed they play a key role in spreading the seeds that grow the trees around there. Also, I found stuff saying that they eat rodents, but nothing about them eating capybaras. Maybe they still do, but for now, that's a point for the short-eared dog. He looks so grumpy. On the topic of ears, we have the bat-eared fox. Can you tell how it got its name? The bat-eared fox is native to Africa and relatively small, but despite this small size, they have large ears of around 5 inches long. Bat-eared foxes usually live pretty close to one another, and it's even been reported that within a 1 square mile area, up to 70 of them live together. That many wild dogs living together is really uncommon and unique to bat-eared foxes. With how small their size is, they're not going to be taking down that many animals, and so their diet mainly consists of insects, with termites taking up about 70% of what they eat. And when they're looking for food, those big ears get put to work. They're actually able to track down and hunt the insects by listening to them moving. Now that's impressive. That's all the wild dogs I got for you today. Rapid fire went through them. Hope you learned something. Maybe just gave you something to watch while you're eating. I don't know. Again, if you enjoyed, like, comment, and most definitely subscribe if you haven't. And I want to say thank you for all the support I've been getting. I'm close to 2,000 subscribers. I really appreciate every single one of you. I hope you all have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.